So, welcome back to another episode of Dr. Robotnik's Mean Bean Machine. I'm going to warn you now that in this episode we don't make near as much progress. That's because I either kept getting called away, as in on how it takes me a couple tries to get stage 6 done, and it also explains why you'll have a random jump cut, but it's not as noticeable as I think it is. Who knows if I remember to point it out or not, but I'm sorry for that if it bothers you. I'm going to try to be a lot less awkward and monotone in this episode, because listening back to it, it was, you could tell I've not recorded a video in a while. If you didn't know about my previous history, you would say that I hadn't recorded a video at all, but that's not the case. But this game, I don't know why I'm not getting game audio in my head right now. It should be. I love listening to the Dr. Robotnik music. Just the sound of it makes me, it really gets me kind of, I would say, in the mood to play the game. Even though I don't, that sounds like really, really, really poor terms. But it's, when you play games, you kind of get in this mood or this rhythm. And when that gets disrupted, you lose it. And that's what kept happening for stage 6. This is actually probably my 5th or 6th attempt, but I cut out a lot of it just because a lot of it was either like half attempts and then I'd pause for a while, or I'd made really stupid errors. Like I was talking about the last episode, a lot of my errors in this episode, the episode before, and every episode after, a lot of my errors are just really, really bad moves on my part. I'm not going to use it as an excuse, but the way I was playing this, because I don't actually own a Genesis, is I have this old plug-and-play that I got somehow, I don't exactly remember, and you know how plug-and-plays are. They work well when they're pointed directly at the machine, but if you break the beam between the machine and the controller, it doesn't work sometimes. And that was occasionally happening. It happened more on the later stages though, but not a good excuse on my part. But I'm sorry, this is going to be a little bit of a shorter episode. It's just the way the parts fell and times fell. But you will get a longer episode in the series, even though the series isn't going to be that long to begin with. But I finally regained my track on why I was talking about the music. Games that can really set the atmosphere to get you the rhythm. And yes, I actually did bring it back. I'm proud of myself. Games that can have the music to build the atmosphere for you to get your rhythm. That's the sign of a really good game. And I'm not just saying that games with bad music are bad games altogether. I'm just saying that they lose a big effect. I just realized I got my audio back. Wow. This is why I don't do multiple things at once. Because I just realized in order to get the game audio so I could listen while I'm post-commentating here, I had to have the microphone in the, or not the microphone, the earbuds in the other ear. Because unfortunately the way I'm doing this, I'm post-commentating, which I'm not a big fan of, but the mic I have, the speaker blew out. So you used to get audio through it, but now you don't. So it only works as a microphone, and not a microphone and a headset. So I have to use a set of earbuds at the same time, which I don't mind. I wear dual headsets all the time, or a headset and earbud. But with this, sometimes the computer tries to funnel all audio through the headset, and I have to go and manually say, no, go through the earbuds. And it becomes very annoying. Well, it's really just telling me I should get a better headset. But maybe that'll be later down the road. Yeah. Now, I'm glad I actually got to a stopping place before I got to this run on Stage 8 because I'm actually proud of this run on Stage 8. It's not like a very convincing victory, or I don't just make a humongous combo that just instantly fills the screen. I think I have one of those later. But I was proud of myself this round. I really shouldn't have been in the scenario I get myself into, and I'm trying not to spoil it completely. But I get myself into a really bad situation. Oh wait, is that the next run? Oh, it might be the next run. Yeah, because the jump cut's coming up. Oh well. Yeah, it's next run. But trying to remember how much progress I make in this episode. You would think I just edited it, I would know. But sometimes it's just some of these edits I just quickly do. Just breeze right through them. Yeah, the jump cut's coming up, so I either pause or no, I die here. Yeah. Yeah. There was the jump cut. I know I really shouldn't be pointing it out, but it's one of those, it feels pretty obvious due to the music. But this is the run I was hyping up here. I'm actually pretty proud of this run, because I didn't think I was actually going to pull it off, but I did. Which is actually very surprising, shows I have some competence in this game whatsoever. Which is rare. Having competence in a game, very rare. But like I said before, I am post-commentating this. I don't particularly like post-commentating because I can't really give a reaction, or I can spoil things ahead of time. But it's one of those things that I'm just doing it for this series, and I may do it further down the road if I have to, or if I feel a series would be better with me post-commentating it. But that's also one of the reasons why this may feel like I'm going on... Oh, no. Next run. Next run is it. Going back to what I was saying. Post-commentating is why I can feel like this episode's on a completely different tangent than the episode before. I don't like to post-commentate. I'd rather sit down, play the game, and talk, rather than just sit down, stare at a computer screen, and talk. I know it doesn't sound like much of a difference, but I'm literally just watching the video as I'm talking, and it's a little weird. I know talking while playing video games is weird as well, but it's something I've grown more accustomed to. Whereas just staring at a computer screen and talking, I'm not near as accustomed to. It's just a little different. I'm not knocking people who do post commentary, because it is an effective ways of getting some stuff across. It's just, I don't think it's particularly for me. And I know you might be saying, well, why didn't you just live commentary this? Well, I thought it'd be a more effective means to get how I wanted to set this channel up across, and I did a poor job of that. Really did. So I'm not doubting I left people confused, and I'm going to have to explain it further down the line. Also, probably shouldn't have done that first recording back as a means to try to be really awkward. But it's just kind of what happens when you try to get back into this or get into this for the first time. But as you can see, I start to mount my comeback. And like I said before, I actually am pretty proud of this, because this actually took a whole lot of playing well consistently, which is not a consistent motif on my, I want to say my videos, but I'm going to generalize it more to my just general skill playing video games, because I don't consistently play well. And you'll probably see that as if you continue watching further. But somehow I pulled that victory off, and it was not earned. But I did it. So I'm going to go ahead and sign off here. So thank you for listening and watching my rambling that this has been. Hope to see you in the next episode.